Hey guys, welcome to my very first video that I'm doing. I'm super nervous right now. I don't know what to say, but I think during this video I'm just gonna talk a lot about myself, of who I am, and what kind of project I'm gonna talk with you guys, what I'm going to do throughout the video, and what is the picture or some of the process that I was working on during this video and stuff like that. Yeah, thank you so much for coming to watch my videos. Let's get right into it, I guess. Let me see. So my name is Twin Chow, and I'm a semi decent illustrator, I would say. I'm still a student, still going to school, and trying to get work done as well as doing some part-time job, keep myself stable. But in the meantime, making videos and trying to see what happened. Yeah. So let's not talk too much about myself. Let's get right into the videos or the art process that I'm doing. So I'm thinking I'm doing something along the line of recording time lapses of me just drawing and just talk about things, just a talk and draw kind of videos. In this videos though, I am going to focus a lot on some of the story I've been developing over the last few months. So I haven't figured out a name yet, but throughout the process or future video, I think I'm gonna continue to talk more of the story, going along with you guys and stuff like that. Just see how everything goes, and yeah. But the story focused mainly on this character that you see in the pictures. He is probably about 12 to 14 years old. I decided to name him Finnick as in Finnick. Interesting name, I would say. One of the day I was working on this story, and my friend was like, "Yo, that look like a Phoenix." I'm like, "Phoenix, huh? Interesting name. I like it." So I decided from there, I just like to make this guy named Phoenix. I think it's a very creative name for a dude. But anyway, he is a postman, or at least a young postman. He is trying to help out his uncle, just doing some daily work, like just stamping stuff for the post office, trying to do some delivery and things like that. In this scenario, or in the scene, he is just sitting there and be a little bit lazy, along the line of he just don't know what to do. He's kind of bored. I want to make the scenes look like everything seems a little bit more unorganized, and he's supposed to get to work, but he's not. Just reading some books. Let's talk more about Finnick himself. He's don't particularly like his job as much. He's more of just like, he have an ambition of becoming something along the line of like, I want to be famous, I want to be known like a knight or something like that during this period of time. And as you can see in the video, I'm starting to design him with the ink right now, so you can see how unemotional he is when he's working. I think the design came out a little bit less than I expected, but I think it's looked good either way. Anyway, get back to Finnick. He just don't like his job, basically. He's, instead of doing his job 100% trying to help out his uncle, he just doing it half-ass. I don't know, I can just say that or not. Half-heartedly. And I think throughout the story, I'm gonna talk about a lot of his development of like how he is to his job, how he gonna eventually start to like his job and starting to improve his personality, starting to not be lazy or just procrastinate during his job, and just overall mature, become a more mature person. I don't know much about post office. That's why I'm doing a lot of these image with a lot of references. So right now I'm just drawing a bunch of like tubes that you can put like rolls of like paper into it and stuff like that. And usually when you go to a store or at least a post office, they have like a policy at front. So I want to put that up there. I have a little trouble designing the logo itself for the post office of this image. So in the end, I thought to myself, what can relate to a something that you can think of when you think about post office or mailing, or So I decided to make an ink jar with a quote inside of it. I think this came out alright. Anyway, continue. So in this period of time where the character is probably between somewhere along the line of like the Victorian era, where everything just seems to have that extra design to it, that art, that gold or like piercing, like stained glass and stuff like that. I think it's a really good way to express these certain scenario, and I think it's gonna come out great for everything. Everybody just trying to be a little extra with their design. I would love to like go back in those times to to kind of live in that period of time and see how this goes. I know it's not gonna be that good, but at the same time, I would love to go back there. Anyway, as you can see here, I've designed the chest with like a little bit more extra detail to them to emphasize that this is in the Victorian era. And I can talk a little bit more about the setting of the story. Basically, the story is in somewhere of a Europe country where there is still of a class. There's noblemen, there's peasant, there's workers, there is the royalty and stuff like that. And the city that the main character is in, Finnick is in, is kind of close to the capital of the country itself, where it located at a piers somewhere near the water, but at the same time on the back of the city there is these country land and stuff like that, where you can see like farm, cattle, lands that people grow weeds on and stuff like that. And I feel like in a couple more videos I'm gonna show you guys, or at least what I've been working on with this setting and stuff like that, so you guys can see a bigger picture of what I'm trying to go with. But that's briefly what the setting or location where this is. During this part right here, I'm having a lot of problem drawing the shelf and the books. I don't know why, it just seems so tedious to me that in just one location just have so many so many detail. I guess that's one like flaw of having like to draw the Victorian era. It's just everything just have so many design to it. I'm trying to like limit myself to have enough design so people can recognize what they are or what they're looking at, but at the same time also do a little more extra detail into it to make it look like, yes, this is what I think the artist is trying to emphasize, or the artist is trying to tell the audience of where they are. And I'm just trying at this right here. I'm just trying to make everything just seems like there needs to be clean up. Then everything needs to be take care of and stuff like that, and this main character is not doing a great job at it, and just being lazy. I think perspective is a big thing in this this scene. I feel like perspective for me is overall very important. If you continue watching me throughout several videos from now, you're probably gonna see me drawing a lot with perspective and how everything should be with perspective. Like I feel like every painting should have some kind of perspective of sort. Then again, I'm not very professional with all my work yet, so we'll see what happens. Again, on this scene too, oh man, I having a lot of problems just drawing the detail of every books, every boxes, all the cylinder tubes and stuff like that. A lot of design. I definitely bite more than I can chew in this painting, but I think overall it came out better than I expected. Yeah. Over the shelf, I'm trying to make like a category of what it is. So right here you can see like I'm trying to divide it up to like the first shelf will be like A, and then the second one will be B, and just like a library or like think a place you can see where people organize stuff. You're like, oh, you can see it right there. Like I'm putting out alphabet to like symbolize that. Oh, okay, these names and these locations are from the C category or the B category. I never worked in the post office, but I'm assuming that's what they do, or at least in my mind that makes sense. Tell me if you are working at like any post office or just any mailing service. Do make some comments and be like, oh, you're wrong. No, they're doing something different and stuff like that. I'll be glad to hear you guys, complain. Weird things to say. Anyway, let's talk more about the story itself. I guess I already tell you guys about what's going to happen. Is like the character is going to develop throughout the series that we can be on, and so yeah, in a couple scenes from now, it's gonna be just him just doing his work half-ass, being super unproductive with his job. Maybe things that he do to customers that they don't really like. And maybe we can have like his uncle starting to scold him or something like that. Some of the things that he's not paying attention on. Which, by the way, brings me to the next topic, which is his uncle. I want to have his uncle have somewhat of a good background back in the day when he was a young man. Maybe he was a knight or something like that, or he was known for his work or whatever, but eventually something happened, and then he just want to make his life small, to start his life small as a postman, just working and living his life. And I just want to make his uncle as a really humble person, a really good person, where he is just taking care of everything that he needs to take care of. He don't need much in his life. He just want to, take care of his nephew, which is Finnick, and that's it. And just making things happy. I don't know what else to say. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I think one of the other detail that I can say is like maybe we make like the post office as well as their home. And oh man, as you can see right here as well, is that I'm trying to draw the stairs, which I have so much problem. Which when I finish this painting, I believe the perspective of the stairs is incorrect. The stairs are supposed to come out instead of still going in. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but man, that's one of the things that I definitely need to fix in the future if I do draw like circular stairs or spiral stairs, what they call. But overall, I think it's not alright. Still need a lot of fixes. Also, one of the other details I want to point out is to make like the place look a little worn down is the floor. Some of the things from the floor just look like it's very grudgy. It's been used, it's been worn out by years. You know, that just haven't been here for like a couple months. It's been here for years. It's been here for for a while. So like it's worn out. And some of the wallpaper too. I think later I'm gonna make the texture look a little bit worn out, where everything just seems like it's a bit dirty and a little bit. Right here, I'm just trying to. I think I just finished all the ink, and then I'm gonna start working on the painting itself. Yeah, you can see it right here. I think what happened when I'm trying to make, I'm trying to put all the blue there, it just make myself imagine that that's the shading of the actual image itself throughout the painting. So the dark part will be at the back, and then the white is at the front, representing the light of where it come from. And right here, I'm just trying to put like basic color into my painting, just to make myself a little easier. So later I can put more detail or like a more different shade to it, so I don't have to worry about doing everything just one by one. If you notice how I work very finicky. Or what I mean to say by it is like I just jump everywhere in terms of like where I work. So if let's say I'm just working on that wall right there, and then I just kind of move on to some other location even though it's not finished. I don't know, it's just my way of working. I know it's not super efficient, but I guess that's how I work. I was trying to get these books to look like they have multiple colors in the beginning, like but it didn't come out right, so I just decided to like categorize them as one color for one shelf, and for red and then blue and then green at the end. So I guess it's easier for me just to call it a solid color to everything, so it's easier. Like I said, easier for me to work, and later I can detail it later. Yeah, I have a lot of problems with the shelf. I don't know how many times I can say this, but it's a bit of a hassle, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of detail that I need to worry about. Yeah. Let's see here. One thing I do want to mention about is later, where the character is derived from his motivation. He's gonna find like interesting quests that he's gonna do. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to spoil it or anything, because I kind of want you guys to go along with me along this journey of like what's going to happen to this character, and you guys can read more. Oh, by the way, if you wanna know more about these kind of stuff, about more about me or what I do, as my art career, you should follow me on Instagram. Shameless promotion. I put my Instagram link on the very bottom of the description of the videos, and if you do happen to follow me, say hello or something. I'll be pretty much appreciate you guys. But yeah, as I said earlier, I work really finicky. Instead of just putting everything in a solid color, I just started to like designing little detail here and there. I think at the time I was thinking, maybe I can just make this, since I'm having so much problem drawing the actual shelf itself, I thought to myself, maybe I just spending a little more time into what I design in the scene, or at least this specific area. So maybe I have a good representation of what it's gonna look like later. Which, don't do it. don't do what I do. I think this is kind of how I work. I do a lot of editing in between. These videos took me quite a bit of time to make, I think. I usually don't have much time throughout my day in order to have time to paint, but just going to school and stuff like that, and just go to work. And most of the time I just have left and just spend like an hour or two on a painting every day, which is good enough. I feel like I definitely need to spend more time on this kind of stuff. I am kind of new to the industry itself, but hopefully later on I can make something out of myself. We'll see what happens. I think these tubes right here was inspired me from the movie National Treasure. I don't know if you guys see it. Feature Nicolas Cage, where he have like he stole the Independent or Declaration of Independence, and he put it in a tube. And I thought it would be cool to have it, you know, a tube like that. I'm sure that these things exist in real life, and they put like maybe other blueprint or something else in there. But yeah, these tubes just remind me of that Pacific movie in particular. Here again, I'm just working slowly, getting all the details done. Here you can see like I'm starting to like be a little bit impatient of like starting to do other things instead of you know, just having every color out on the painting itself. But throughout the process, I think I'm gonna work a bit faster, so it makes sense. Yeah, you can see right there, like I just start to work on the wall instead of just finishing all the bookshelf and the barrel. I think the one thing I noticed throughout my art is, I don't know, I'm sure none of you knows, but I love to draw barrels in my painting, or at least when we are drawing something along the line of like medieval or like Victorian era or like the laid back kind of day. I love to draw barrels. I don't know, I feel like barrels just fit into every scenario you can think of. It's just a very vintage looking furniture or props, I should say. Yeah, in this scenario I want to put like tubes of papers inside these barrels. It makes like, it looks like these barrels have a certain kind of you know, place to them. Yeah, speaking of barrel, I'm starting to work on this barrel right now, which actually as I speak, and I don't know why, I just make it look semi-realistic already, even though I haven't finished every other color from the design. I was a little bit upset about. I think why I start on these videos is that I want to get something to do when it's COVID. I know a lot of the time it's just very upsetting that you cannot go to school or that you cannot be in a certain place that you want to be, and you have to stay home most of the time. And just really frustrating for me or a lot of people, including you guys, I believe, is you know, you just kind of stuck home and just don't know what to do. So I decided to be a little bit productive for once, I think. You know, making these videos, making myself feel a little more productive. I have a project to do, a side project for me to do. I don't have to rely most of the time on school or like work. I can just make my own stuff and get my work out there and share it with you guys. I feel like it'd be a great idea. You know, working together to make something awesome is cool. I think at the end of the painting, I'm a little bit unhappy of how I choose the color yellow for the shelf. I think it looks semi-okay for the right shelf, but for some reason the left shelf just make it look, the color of the yellow just make it look really popped out, or at least it doesn't fit into the design. But I guess it's alright. As I said to you guys, I'm still a student, so all these things you see me doing is just me learning during the process as well. Yeah, so I think the different of the shelf in the background right behind Finnick from the shelf that is on both sides is like, I want to have a little more variety of color for the shelf, for the two side, the rear side. shelf. You can see I have a little bit more brown and red and blue and overall a tannish kind of color to those boxes. Make it look like it's all overall color variety, so I didn't like leave out anything, be feel left out. How are you guys doing? So I should be asking this at the beginning, but how are you guys doing? Hope you guys doing all well with your family. I know Christmas is coming really soon. Probably about if I speak from if you got, I don't know when I'm gonna release this video, but right now it's the 13th for me, so Christmas is just literally right around the corner, just 2 more weeks. Leave in the comments if you do anything for Christmas, any special things you guys doing. I don't know. For me personally, I usually just go visit my family. I'm not sure if we're gonna do anything this year, since you know all the uprising and everything just going back to square one, basically, with all the disease, the COVID, the pandemics, all of that. I hope you guys stay safe, especially wear masks and put on hand sanitizer. I don't know, whatever make you feel safe and comfy. Okay, right here I'm trying to make a few stacks of variety of different nails, like packaging nails. Make it seems like it's scattered over the place, like I said earlier, make this place a little messy. But seems like he is very slacking whatever he's doing. Just reading a book. Yep, as you can see now, I'm starting to fill in the spiral staircase, which I said earlier definitely drew it wrong, but I think overall I can get away with it. I shouldn't have been saying anything in the beginning. Probably some of you guys are not gonna even pay attention to what I point out, but it's all right. I think right now I'm starting to working on a little bit of a shadow of the overall shape of the stuff. Basically, I'm pretty much done with overall the solid color to the design. Right now, I'm just trying to make everything look like it is a depth to them, like a three-dimensional shape. Yeah, as you can see here, I'm trying to make everything with a little blue to it because that's the color I mainly want to have in this design. Blue and kind of an orange and brown because it kind of contrasts to each other. So you can definitely see the orange pop out a little bit. Yeah, working on the shadow of everything. I think this is like the best part of like any painting process that I do, at least, is that in the beginning you have this process to think in your mind, be like, oh, I'm not sure how my painting's gonna look in the end, and then you just wishing that you can work on the shadow and the shading and stuff like that, and to see the overall effects of it. And I think sometimes that can make me like have a little bit tunnel vision of like what I need to do or what I need to improve on painting. But overall, I think this is like the most exciting part for me when I'm working on a painting, is that I can do the shading. Yeah, super excited. Yeah, right here I can start again, like just working on all the shadow and stuff like that, making everything look like the inner shadow that is a bit unorganized, and it just everything needs to be cleaned up. One of the things I think is really cool about color is like we tend to look at a brighter, we tend to see the light, therefore all the the dark from the painting can like contrast of what you want to look for. So that's what I'm trying to emphasize on this painting, is that I want to make like there is a shadow to the overall of the that he in the store. So the only light you can see is from the window and the door itself, Right here I'm working on a little bit more of the door and how it's gonna look like, of how the light of the door and window is like interacting with the object in the room. I definitely say that there is some part in here that I a little bit you know, definitely not got it right, a little exaggerated, or even a little bit, I don't know, worn out, but I think this is overall an alright painting. I think this is probably the end of the video where I'm just gonna show off the overall, but yeah, this is pretty much it for the painting, and let's see the overall of it, and see you guys next time.